This Tan with Brick House Realty Group. I am the owner and broker of Brick House Realty Group. And I'm in apartments with Parlay, and we've been enjoying ourselves, me and Jan.
This is Jan. I'm in the apartments with Parlay, and I am a loan mortgage originator with American Eagle Mortgage. And we've just been sitting here updating everyone on the process, and it's just been a blast.
Tell them meet me in the apartment.
Meet me in the apartment.
You gotta say it like, meet me in the apartment.
Meet me in the apartment. Get your credit straight. Buy a house.
Hey, Parlay, meet me at the apartment.
Yo, this your boy Parlay, and we're in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the apartments. Hey, listen, y'all already know I love my city. ATL, Atlanta. Only thing I love more than Atlanta is the west side of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bankhead. Rest easy, buddy. Rest easy, shout it low. Atlanta real special. Just how we connect with people. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got somebody they know from Atlanta or is an influence that they got from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I think that's our big asset as far as connecting with people. And so, like, when y'all come down here, too, like, it's not Atlanta, okay? It's Atlanta. Taking the T's out. Ain't no T's in it. So, listen, if you want to know how to say it, how we say it, just take all the T's out. Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, Atlanta's just real special. You know what I'm saying? Like, this month, the month of November for Black Friday, I just felt like it was important to highlight black business and black entrepreneurs and shine light on what they do. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to end this month real strong. You know what I'm saying? So with our next guest is Brick House Realty. What's up, welcome. LaTanya, a.k.a. Tan, to the show.
Hey, everybody. We're here today. We just want to talk about the importance of home ownership. And I have my lender, Jan Berry, here. And we're going to go into the details of, what's required to become a homeowner.
Hold on, let me tell y'all this first of all. Miss Jan. Hey, tell y'all, Miss Jan the one. Listen. Soon Miss Jan walk in, boom. Soon as she walk in, Miss Jan ain't said nothing. She still got her mask on. I say, you the one. I don't know what it is, Jan. You the one. I know it. I just know it. She took that mask off, and I found out why she was the one. I'd like to welcome Miss Jan to the show, too. We'll give you some clap, too, Miss Jan. I ain't lying. So, this is what I want to do. Tell everybody about your business first, exactly what you do, you know what I'm saying, and your expertise in doing what you do.
Okay. Well, I got my real estate license in 2006, and I was working with different companies up until this year where I opened up my own real estate firm. I actually went in to take the broker's test, and I ain't even study or nothing. I went in. I was just like, let me go in and see what's on the test. Mm-hmm. And so I went in. I actually passed, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and open up my own firm. Everything I've been through in real estate, I kind of pretty much taught myself. So I'm like, it's pretty much the same thing. You be with these companies and paying these broker these fees and stuff, and it's like at the end of the day, you're doing everything yourself. Half of the time.
Yeah.
And,
how long you been doing it?
Since 2006.
2006.
Yeah.
So you just jumped up, boom. I'm just gonna start doing it. Took a test, boom. Oh, I passed the test. You know what?
Well,
now I'm just going ahead and start my own stuff up. It was just that fast.
Yeah. Well, back in 2006, really I had my son when I was pregnant with my son. So me, my mind, I'm always thinking about how to, save and prepare. That was my first child, so I wanted to make sure that I had, reserve, because I ain't depend on nobody to do nothing for me. So that's what made me get into real estate. I was working at the bank, and I used to see, agents come in, they be cashing big checks. So I'm very inquisitive, so I'm gonna ask a question. I'm like, okay, so what you do? They were like, okay, I'm a real estate agent. I flip houses and stuff. So I was like, hey, that's the number one way to get you some real quick big checks. So I hopped into real estate, and I've been in it ever since 2006, and it's just been. My business has been growing. It's been getting better and bigger, blessed from the man above. I'm just thankful, Met Jan, and we both got a passion for it, like.
What year?
When I met her? Mm-hmm. Well, it's like 2 years ago. Yeah, we've been knowing each other for like 2 years, and we both got in, and we all, we passionate. To be honest, we don't even really care about the check. We get so caught up in trying to make them a home owner. Sometimes we're not perfect. Some things happen in real estate. You know, sometimes we may come in our pocket to make sure our people don't lose out. You know, that's just how passionate we is about what we do. You know, so.
Nah, that G shit right there. I like that. Nah.
So.
I'm gonna ask you this, Tan. Cause we in the Partments. I told you, we in the Partments. So listen, to even have that mentality, it comes from somewhere. So tell me where you from and kind of where you get this, was able to build this mindset and this character.
Yeah. See, I grew up, you know, on Gresham, so I seen a lot of things growing up on Gresham. I'm the baby girl, all brothers. So, you know, my grandfather had a business, my father had a business, so it's just been in me. You know, so it's just like growing up young, you know, it was 4 of us in the household. So my mindset was I ain't want to ask somebody for nothing. And I had it. You know, my granddad and my dad, they give me whatever. My big brothers give me stuff. But my mindset was to get my own. So, you know, of course, you know, on Gresham, you see the good and the bad. So my mindset was to think outside the box, you know. And that's just pretty much, you know, I made moves young. And I just kept myself educated, you know, stayed in the loop of what's going on, and you know,
I think that
and stuff like that.
I think when you just saying, just make me really think of something. I think it's important, especially in the Black communities, to be business owners early, so you can pass that down. Cause like you just saying, you know what? I just said I want to get me a business. I'm finna, you know what? I want to sell some houses. I'm gonna go take a test. Like, that ambition ain't no ambition that people just get just out the blue. Like, that has to be built. That thought process to even know this is what I want to do, or I know you can own businesses, and I seen my people own business, and I seen the money come from this, to even put 2 together to be like, you know, I'm going to try this. I know it comes from somewhere. So I think it's important to have, for Black people to have businesses, because that mindset get passed on down generation to generation to generation to generation. It's almost like, Every Black kid who I know, parent gave them a car when they was a teenager. When they got a teenager, they try to get them a car. It's like it's hereditary. Right. You know what I'm saying? All the kids who parents didn't get them a car, they ain't getting their kids no car. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I think that mentality is a mentality that we should also build on. You know what I'm saying? In the fight that we're doing against all the oppressors.
And I think that's what drive you more too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't raised with everybody just doing and giving you kind of want to get out there and get it for yourself, you know, because to me, I feel like it's a difference with the kids that were given and the ones that got to go out here and get. You know, it's a different mentality to have, you know.
Well, there's a level of appreciation.
Hold on, Jamie, put that mic on.
Yeah, hey, there's a level of appreciation when you have to get out and earn it and make it happen for yourself. You appreciate it, you know. The parent that gives the car the child, gives the child the car, that child won't appreciate it quite as much as when that child has to get out and mom and daddy may say, well, I'll give you half, but you got to get out and work and get the other half, and you got to pay your own insurance. That way that you're giving that child an opportunity to have a buy-in, ownership, responsibility, you know, and that's how you start to get people into the mindset of taking responsibility. And once you learn to take responsibility, then you can think about, well, you know, I can do this and I can do that because you've taken care of the basics.
Right.
You know, so I didn't do that with my kids.
I'm gonna tell you something. I keep telling y'all, listen. I told y'all she was it, right? When she walked in. But let me just give you my sense of what I'm saying was it, all right? I sense when you come from the hood, like, you get a chance to see different variables of different, what we call like aunties, and you know, the ladies in the community that they got the most charisma and you know, who got the love and the passion for the kids. You know, we call them aunties in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So when you see her, you know that feel. You know what I'm saying? So when you saying this, I'm not surprised. And actually what you're saying does make a lot of sense, just to add on what we're saying, because what you're saying is you also is, in certain instances, that can cripple kids. You know what I'm saying? And to build it up both ways, that's a great option too.
You give that kid a car and he has no sense of responsibility. He has no appreciation for what that car is going to cost. You know, the expenses, the whole 9 yards, and they just go out here and just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Teach them that level of responsibility. and then they'll appreciate it, and then they'll grow. They'll grow from that.
And then that same level of responsibility entwines with what we're here for. Your credit. Understanding the importance of.
Okay, let's break this down. Okay, boom. So if somebody want to get a house, what is the first process and the first steps that they should take?
The first steps is the long
That's her field.
process, so
That's her field. Tell us what they should do first.
Right. The first thing you need to do if you want to buy a house is stop spending.
Keep it real now.
Make sure your checking account is not in the negative. You cannot get a loan if your checking account is in the negative. So that's the first thing you want to do. And you want to plan. You want to make sure you got the basics in place. You got to have income. Okay? You can't get a house if you don't have income. If you have a business and you don't want to pay taxes because you own a business, well, that's fine. But when you get a house, you got to show income. So if your adjusted gross income shows that you've written out $75,000 and you made $100,000, then your income is only $25,000. So you can't go buy no $300,000 house with $25,000 income. So my point is, you got to have decent income, and you got to pay your taxes. These are the fundamentals you have to have in place. You got to pay your taxes, and you have to have a stable income, and you have to be able to show that you have had some stable residency, meaning they're going to look for 2 years of residency. You don't have to live in one place for 2 years, but, you got to show, well, if I lived here for 6 months and I lived here for a year and a half. But those, when I interview someone and I ask them those 3 questions, do you work or are you self-employed? How are you on your taxes? Those things are just critical. And how long can you show me 2 years of residency? If they answer yes to those 3 questions, then we can go to the next level. And, but that's another thing. You have to pay your taxes. There's no way around it. When you apply for a mortgage, they're going to do a 4506T check to make sure that you have filed. That does not mean you can't owe the government. You can owe and still get a house. You can owe, but you better file. That's the thing.
Okay, so
Tell
boom.
the truth, too, when a lot of times they fill out these applications and they misleading. They put misleading information.
Right.
So if you feel like if you're trying to get your house, just keep it 100. That's why I think it's be best to get realtors who you trust or who you know, who you can bond with and understand with, because stuff like that, you got to tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? So after they do all that, boom, they check. So now it's your turn.
Right.
All right. So then now, what's your first steps to do with a client after they leave Miss Jane?
My first step, we'll talk to see, I get a feel to see what type of house, they want, what kind of space, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, yard space, all the details. And then from there, we get the pre-approval letter from our lender, and we good to go. We go out looking for houses, and we put our bid in. This Atlanta market right now is real tight. So it's highest and best everywhere we go. So, sometimes you got to go higher, in this market, you have to go higher, basically, to get the house,
But the key to what she's saying is on that pre-approval letter, it goes back to what we call your debt to credit income, a debt to income ratio, excuse me. So if you have a whole lot of debt, then it's going to count off what you can qualify for in terms of making your purchase. There are certain kinds of debt that we're going to look at. We don't care about your cable bill. We don't care about your insurance, your car insurance. We don't care about your child care. A mortgage lender don't care about any of that. They're going to look at if you got credit card debt, any kind of installment or revolving credit that's on your credit report. That's what they're going to look at. So a lender would tell you, okay, so you qualify for $300,000, but they've only factored in those debt, those bills. But you, as a borrower, need to think about, but if my payment's going to be $2,000 a month, and you hadn't factored in my daycare, my car insurance, my cable bill, my light bill, I might come up short one month. So you got to be cognizant of what you're being told. If they say you qualify for $300,000, you really might qualify for $250 or $275, because you got to be able to live after you get the house.
Yeah, because we tell people all the time, just because you got 400,000, mean you got to go and buy a house for 100,000.
Exactly.
That's a great point to have, and have a pre-notion of even before you get the house. Because I can hear people saying now, but I got approved for 500. Boy, I'm gonna get me a mansion, got to have a pool in it. But you ain't thought about your lights in this big ass house. You know what I'm saying? You think about these cars, insurance.
Exactly.
No, definitely. Let's talk about how tedious and how tiresome the buying house process is. Because people think I want to buy a house easy. Like, I done did a lot of stuff. That shit is tiresome.
Oh, yeah. You got to have patience. I mean, I tell my clients off the rip, I say, look, you got to have patience. I mean, I'm a real estate broker, but I was a realtor when I purchased my home. And I told my husband sometimes, I was like, you know what? Bump this. I'm tired. This is it. You know, and we was like, nah, we can't. But it was just, you know, keep getting outbidded, you know, keep going through the process, back in the car, you know, burn the gas, looking again, you know, because me, like, you know, with COVID, even prior to COVID, just insurance purposes, I don't have clients riding in my car. We all just meet at the house. So, you know, they get burnt out too, you know. So it's in this market here in Atlanta, everybody moving here. You know, it's like everybody moving here. So it's just like everybody buying houses and it's just crazy. So I let my clients know off the rip, like, hey, you got to have patience. I tell them straight up, I say, look, I wanted to give up when I was buying my own house. So I'm letting you know you're going to have moments where you're going to want to give up.
No,
you
ain't
you
lying.
got to keep going.
You ain't lying.
Anything worth having ain't, you know, it ain't going to be easy.
That's right.
So you just got to.
I tell my bar was people who are going through the process. My favorite term to them is you're going to go through a financial colonoscopy. I mean that's real. You are. They want to know what color underwear you got on. I'm just telling you. You know, because anytime you go into somebody and you asking them for a few $100,000, they have the right to know that you're going to do what you need to do. So, you know, it's a serious deal. But I don't care what your situation is. I don't care how bad it is. If you want a home, you can get one. You just have to be willing to do the work. You know, it may not happen overnight. I told you that earlier. It may not happen next month or next, but you can get there. Yeah, we'll get you to the finish line. But you just gotta, you just gotta do what you asked to do.
I told y'all. Hold on, give me the damn mic. I told y'all it wasn't gonna be how it was before. That ain't what you did before, Miss Jane. How you gonna drag him across the line, Miss Jane?
You gonna go? Come on.
Okay. We got you did it. You drug him last time.
Right.
Yeah.
We do. You know, we have clients that they just, you know, they have really bad situations. But some, you know, it's never as bad as you think. When you're trying to get a mortgage, there are certain things that a mortgage lender will overlook, where when you go buy that furniture or a car, that they're going to say, well, no, you can't get it. You know, a lender's not going to do that, because all they're going to do, if you don't make your payments, they're going to foreclose, they're going to sell the house, and they're going to make even more money. Right. So it's no big deal to them.
Exactly.
So some things they'll just overlook, you know. Case in point, a lot of people out here, it's sad to say, have filed bankruptcy. You know, and for whatever reason, you find people filing bankruptcy because they got credit card debt. What? You know, don't do that. It's not necessary. But if you file bankruptcy, believe it or not, it's easier to get a house, a loan for a mortgage while you're in bankruptcy than when you come out.
Wow.
Because once you come out of bankruptcy, even if you want to get an FHA loan, which is the most lenient, you're going to have to wait 2 years. But if you're in bankruptcy and you've made a series of payments for 6 months or a year, whatever, you just go back to your trustee and you ask for permission to buy. You get with your lender, you get your pre-approval letter, etc., and you go buy your house.
Yeah, hey, free game now. Y'all better pay attention now. Rewind the video, listen to it 1,000 times, man. Okay, so
And I got one.
Go ahead, Tan.
I got one little thing I was finna say, that, you know, with our culture too, like with this Section 8 and it's based on your income, a lot of them think this stuff is permanent, you know, and it don't supposed to be. You know, get into buying a home and, you know, step
Find on the
outside
market, sell it.
Yeah, that's
Make you
that's
200,000.
way to generational wealth.
Yeah.
You know, just don't get caught up on my rent this price and it's this low and I can afford this. No.
10,000 to get you 100.
Right. And some people tell me
Nah, plus Cause you spend, it's gonna take about any kind of house you take, you're gonna need about $10,000 in cash. For real. You're going to need about 10. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't got real good credit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, you're going to need about a 10. So you get in the house, you pay 10. Then regardless of whatever your mortgage payments is, whether it's $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000, all that money you paying on your mortgage is going to gain interest. So you don't took $10,000, you sell your house, you make $125,000. Easy. Just off, like you're saying, off just being a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that's one of the best games to have, especially if you making some type of money right now. If you get $20,000 by your house.
Exactly. When you get ready to get your tax money coming back, be in a position to invest that money in you and be able to make, take that tax money and buy you a house with it. Start now. Have somebody check your credit and start doing those things you need to do. Right. Medical bills. We all have medical bills. For the most part, we overlook medical bills now. People don't know that. You go somewhere else, they may count that against your credit. But, with the mortgage company, there's some leniency there. So invest in yourself. Take that money, build wealth. Buy a house.
What if you want to build a house?
Yeah, the same thing. You can get a mortgage loan to buy the land and build a house. Same concept.
Well, there's a lot of delays going on with that, with that building process.
Yeah, they can't get materials.
You just got to have patience and stuff. It's
probably going to take you real for real about 6 months to a year to get your house built. Probably more.
8 months.
7, 8 months.
In the perfect world, it can.
In the perfect world.
Now it's just.
What's it like a regular process? Like not a fast one, not a long one. Just like, bro, yeah, about a year and a half, bro. You going
it could be.
some
I mean,
around
it
now.
all depends. I mean, you have some of them say they can turn around quicker than that, but they get into the process, and then it may be a delay on this and a delay on. It's just what everybody's trying to build, and
I have a guy that's doing he's closing next week on a new construction, and he started the process in May of this year, and he's actually closing next week, which is that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, he's out in Covington, Georgia. But you can once you're approved, and then you can put together the package as to how you want. If you want to buy a pre-sale house, one that's already someone's lived in, or you want new construction, you want a townhouse, once you're approved, it's whatever you decide you want to live in.
Choose to do,
and how soon you want to get in it.
Hey man, listen, free game. Now I don't care who you with. All y'all listen. All y'all youngins who playing with all that little paper around here, spending all this money on these designer shoes and all these coats, and you going to the club throwing all this money. I ain't gonna never tell you to start doing you, because you gotta live your life. But at the same time, this is free game to put you in position to be better. Because it's gonna be a time y'all gonna blow that money. It's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't bring it in 3 times faster than you spending it, if you ain't making 300 when you spend 100, you're gonna go broke.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
it's legit money.
Yeah, and you can put it in the bank. Can't nobody say nothing. You wanna turn your money legit? You wanna turn your money legit? Go get you some real estate, dog. Invest and spend into it, dog. Definitely, man. And if you want to do that, hit Miss Jan up. She gonna get you right, and then hit Tan up, and then they gonna get you right. They gonna get you right in that thing, man. So I might be trying to find me a new apartment then. So we're gonna have to find me an apartment. You know what I'm saying?
I want to take a minute though, in all seriousness, and talk about student loan debt. Because a lot of y'all out here got student loan debt, and you put in the time, you went to school, you didn't have the financing, so you borrowed money, whatever, and that's fine, that's cool. A lot of people had to do that. But if your debt is in deferment, it's not going anywhere. And that debt will have to be calculated if you try to purchase a home. So you want to make sure you've got that under control. If it's in deferment, and you have to get an FHA loan, just know you have to be on a standard repayment plan. If you qualify for a conventional loan, then a lender can take whatever is being reported on your credit report as long as it's not a zero balance, unless you have one of those special loans where it's a forgiveness program. There are a lot of those going on right now. But just know that that debt will be calculated. Right now, Biden has done some wonderful things with student loan debt. If you're not on a standard repayment plan for an FHA loan, a lender will have to calculate how 0.5% of whatever your total debt is for the month. So it's better than the full 1% that we had to do prior to COVID. But there are some good things happening in the administration. They're going to be rolling out some programs for first-time home buyers, making funds available for down payment assistance. I'm looking forward to that. There are programs out here right now for down payment assistance. A lot of people ask for those. Save your money, because no money's free. There's no such thing as free money. If they tell you you can get down payment assistance, that's fine if you don't have your down payment, but it's going to cost you. You know, most of those programs, they'll tell you make your payments for 3 years and then we'll forgive your debt. That's a good thing, you know. Right. But if you got to borrow $10,000 for your down payment and, you know, you don't have it, so you get a $10,000 down payment assistance loan, but then your credit is not where it needs to be, and then you got to pay $6,000 to get 10.
It don't make sense.
It makes no sense. So save your money. You know, now I've seen people to get down payment assistance, and you know it was at a reasonable price. They might have to pay $1,500, $2,000, which is rolled over into the loan. But it all goes back to your credit. You know, everything that you do when it comes into a mortgage, it depends on your credit. You want your credit to be at a minimum of 640. You can actually get a loan with a credit score of 580. Well, you can do 500, but you don't even want to do that because you're not even going to be able to afford the payments, okay? And, you know, but you want your credit score to be at least a 640, and then you're going to get a good interest rate.
Right.
But anything under that, you can get in a house, and it's better than paying rent. Right. So if you got to roll with a 580 or a 600, you know, that's cool. To get in there, because you're going to have to get certain things in place anyways. But, you know, if you're not in a hurry, take the time, clean your credit up, you know, and then apply. And don't have a lot of inquiries on your credit. Those inquiries, each inquiry can bring your credit score down 3 points or more.
Tell me what an inquiry is for people who might not understand.
An inquiry is you decide, okay, I want to go buy new furniture. And then, you go to the furniture store and they do an inquiry. Okay, that's going to be 3 points. Okay, then the next month you decide, well, I'm going to apply for a new credit card. Well, that's another inquiry. Well, if you're already living on the edge with your credit, your score just dropped about 6 or 8 points.
Okay, let me put y'all on game what you're saying. When they run your credit. All right? It's when they run your credit.
Right.
So if your credit ain't all that and your payment ain't all that, start getting your credit ran.
Right.
There you go.
That easy.
They still want to let. I guess they be hoping that they gonna get approved.
Yeah, man, it's gonna knock it down, man.
Yeah, it's just bringing it down.
That's great, man. With that being said, man, I always like to lead the show on OG Talk, and what better than leaving the show with OG Jan, dropping them jewels for y'all at the end. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, it's free game, y'all. I definitely think it's something that everybody can do. Even if you get with two of your homeboys and y'all put it together. You know what I'm saying? Real estate is the future. Ain't going nowhere. More people going to be born. 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 So you're going to need more houses, more houses, more houses, more houses, more houses. You see what I'm saying? Oh, no, tell me where they can follow. I'm going to say this, too, before we get up out of here, too. You know Tan ain't playing. Tan came with our Price is Right thing on with the glitter all on it and stuff. Yeah, with the bling on it. I like it, though. Tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me at Brick House Realtor on Instagram. So it's Brick House Realtor. My email address is letanya.inoma@bhrgllc.com. So that's where you can find me at.
Miss Jan ain't got no Facebook, no iTunes, no Twitter, no Instagram. She ain't got no MySpace. Miss Jan ain't got nothing.
MySpace, you got a MySpace, Jan.
No, I didn't do that either. But anywho, but I bet you I can get you to the closing table if you can find me.
So listen, if you want to find Miss Jan and you can't find them, hit the page. Yep. Hit Tan or hit the page up, and we're gonna direct you to Miss Tan. What the email is, Miss Jan?
My email is what's my email? jberry@aemc.cc. I am a mortgage loan officer for American Eagle Mortgage. jberry@amec.cc. Or you can text me, 770-286-2029.
You gonna have them tenderonis out there trying to hit your phone, now, Miss Jane?
No, I ain't got a problem with it. I cut it out.
Hey, that being said, man, this your boy Parlay, man. We in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the apartment.